Hi everyone, welcome to the South Shores of the Wellington region where we are meeting for another air style session. Focusing this class around the concept of emotions, we are taking things a little bit more slowly. Still following the theme of an air class where there is room for you to flow on your own, we'll just notice that the space and timing here is a little bit dialed down. Looking forward to moving with you through this session. When you are ready, we will begin in a standing position. Beginning our session here at the top of your mat in mountain pose. Feet are hip distance apart, spine is long, eyes are shut, and breath is intentional. Slowly moving air in and out through your nose. Begin to feel the expansion available with every inhale. And call for a bit more softness with every exhale. Connecting smoothly to your deepest form of breath in and out, take one more inhale, one more exhale. And then as you next inhale, reach the arms high overhead, look up, open the eyelids, breathe out, forward fold, come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step the feet back, and lower the knees to the earth. Using your exhale to lower the chest all the way down to the mat, untuck the toes, press the palms in, lift the chest, inhale. Using an exhale, toes are tucked, hips high, downward facing dog. Using our modified vinyasas to warm ourselves up today, we have 4 more visits through these flows. Take one more breath here in this upside down V shape, and then slowly make your way to the top of the mat. Coming to a forward fold, inhale, halfway lift, exhale to release, and then inhale to stand up tall, sweep the arms high, breathe out, hands to heart center. Adding a little bit on here. As you next inhale, reach the arms high. Catch the right wrist with the left hand, fold to the left. Inhale to come back up to center, switch your clasp and fold to the right. Inhaling back to the middle, let go of the hands, breathe out, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, high plank position, strong core, lower the knees down. As you breathe out, elbows graze the side body, lower the chest. Inhale, shine the heart. Breathe out, toes are tucked, hips high, downward facing dog. 3 inhales, 3 exhales. Moving through this together one more time before you have a chance to flow on your own for the 4th round. When you are ready, making your way to the top of your mat, nice and slow. Meeting in forward fold. Using an inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to release, and inhale to stand. Hands to heart center, breathe out. Inhale to reach up, catch the wrist, and then fold to the left. Inhale back to center, folding towards the right. Inhale to lengthen, and then breathing out to come all the way down. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step both feet back, high plank position, lowering the knees down. Breathing out into your modified chaturanga, all the way down to your stomach. Untuck the toes, inhale, shine the heart high, toes tucked, breathe out, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Moving through this flow one more time on your own, adding on anything that serves you, and letting go of whatever you would no longer like to experience here as we warm the body up. When you are ready, making your way to the top of your mat and beginning to move in accordance to your breath, body, and mind. Once your flow has completed, meeting in downward facing dog where we take a few rounds of breath. Eventually walking your way to the top of your mat into a forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling to release. And then inhaling to sweep the arms all the way up, standing up. Hands to heart center. Then allowing the palms to pass by you, setting up for mountain pose once again. Here in mountain pose, allowing your breath connection to deepen as you reflect on how that warm-up felt. Reflect on the sensations that showed up in your body, and then moving with them as we come into our next flow. Allow the eyes to flutter open and your body to make its way into tree pose. Right foot is down, left foot into some form of lift. Arms are towards the sky or ceiling, spine is long. Take one more breath. And then with control, step the left foot all the way back into Crescent Lunge. A nice wide stance here, hips are facing forward, palms facing one another. Strong in your form. Before exhaling, hands to the ground, stepping both feet back, moving onto your side plank on the right side. Top foot can be down for support or stacked on top of the bottom. From here, exhaling to your high plank position, and then moving through a vinyasa of your choosing. Perhaps knees stay lifted, or once again modifying to really find strength and control in the upper body. With your next exhale, stepping to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale to release. And then inhaling to stand up tall, sweep the arms high. From here, setting up for tree pose on the left. Doing your best to keep the hips facing forward, spine tall. Gazing at something still for support, and then with control, transitioning back into Crescent Lunge. On the ball of your right foot, fiery and active in the left thigh. Using your next breath out, lower the hands to the earth, making your way to side plank position. Left foot is on the ground, maybe right foot is stacked, left hand for support. Eventually exhaling to your high plank position, lowering into your chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reconnecting with breath and sensation here in your upside down V for one more inhale. And then as you exhale, stepping to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, breathing in to stand up tall, hands to heart center. Coming into tree pose once again, right foot stays, left foot lifted in some capacity. With control, stepping back to Crescent Lunge, taking just 2 big breaths here. From Crescent Lunge, hands down to the earth, both feet step back, transferring to the right side, side plank. Maybe this time the top foot lifts, or perhaps it's grounded to stay really stable, firing up in the core, and then transferring back to high plank position, moving through your vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. This flow is relatively simple, so giving yourself the permission and opportunity to dial into how this is feeling in your body. From here, again, making your way to the top of your mat for the left side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling to release, and inhale to stand up tall. Breathing out, hands to heart center, grounding into the left foot, finding your tree pose. This last round here with my guidance. Tall body, strong breath. Using an exhale when you are ready to transition back to Crescent Lunge. Taking approximately 2 to 3 breaths in each pose here, making this feel best for you. When you are ready, your hands come down to the earth, stepping both feet back, high plank position, onto your left side for side plank. A modification if the wrists don't feel fantastic here is to do this on your forearms. Exhaling back to your high plank position, moving through a flow, meeting in downward facing dog. Take a couple rounds of breath, reflect, and then choose if you would like to flow through that just as we did one more time. starting on the right, or if something else would better serve you. Beginning your sequence as mindfully and slowly as you can, knowing that once right and left are done, we will meet in downward facing dog. Taking your time to slowly finish up your flow, reflecting on how this has felt in your downward facing dog. Give yourself one more breath and then lower to your tabletop. Finding 2 rounds of cats and cows, we start to build a bit of a cool down sequence. From your cats and cows, coming back to tabletop, extend the right leg behind you. As you exhale, draw your knee to your nose, squeeze it in, inhale to extend. Doing 2 all together. And then stepping the right foot forward as we shift into our half splits. Hinging the hips ahead, press the hips forward, exhale, hinge backwards, half splits. And then once again, coming ahead, hands to the earth, right knee back, tabletop position, switching into our cats and cows for 2 rounds. Once your 2 are complete, coming onto the left side, just as we did on the right, extend the leg behind you. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze it in. Inhale to extend. Again, exhaling, knee to nose, squeeze it in. Inhale to extend before stepping the left foot through. Hinging the hips backwards, half splits, exhale. Inhale, come forward, feel that stretch. Again, exhale, come back, half splits. Inhale to come ahead before returning to tabletop. Moving through this one more time, if this felt good in your body, coming into cats and cows in between, but also giving yourself permission to try something different. Meeting in tabletop position when you feel complete. Take a moment to freely move. Take any adjustments that you need before we come and set up into pigeon pose. Starting on the right side, the right knee lands behind the right wrist, shin is on an angle, hips are square, and left leg is long. Allow your gaze to head down to the mat, and any inch of your body that has availability to soften does so now. A deep hip stretch into our largest joint in the body. This is a great time to reflect on how you are feeling. Reflecting on how that last sequence felt, if there was uncertainty, if you felt confident to move on your own, if there was frustration because I offered little guidance. Reflect on how it felt, not trying to make sense of it, but simply observing. Take one more breath in your pigeon pose before transitioning your way back to tabletop. And then begin to set up on the left side. Left knee is forward, right leg is long and straight. Hips are square, and then upper body softens. Here for approximately 10 full breaths, giving yourself that chance once again to reflect on present moment feelings. How is this pose feeling? Where does your mind go in moments of stillness? Simply observing the emotions here with you on your mat. Using your next inhale to very gently and smoothly transition your way out of half pigeon. Take a moment to shift, to rebound from that pose. No right or wrong way to do so, releasing into your hips in a way that feels welcomed by your body. And then when you are ready to do so, if you would like to join me here in child's pose, in lieu of a backside shavasana, I invite you to land into it now. Or noting that this is our final pose for this session, opting to set up in a way that best serves you. Perhaps conventional backside, or maybe a different pose altogether. With eyes shut, breath intentional, and mind as soft as it can be, I invite you to stay here with deep connection to this current space as we stay in stillness for a few rounds of deep breath. Feelings are not supposed to be logical. Dangerous is the man who has rationalized his emotions. For our last 3 breaths here in Shavasana, allow yourself to breathe in and out the idea of gratitude for each and every thought that has arrived today on your mat and that may come to your mind later today. When you are ready, very gently and slowly, begin to make your way into an upright and seated position. Noticing how the body feels as you move into this shape with eyes closed. Seating yourself evenly, taking the time to shift and adjust if necessary, before coming to stillness with hands together in front of heart center. Much like the boats behind me in this practice, tethered to their anchor, shifting from right to left and all the way around, our emotions do the same, always connected to us, but freely flowing. We seal this practice with gratitude for that movement. Together bowing forward, together we say, Namaste.